Now it is time for one of the favorite segments of all time. It is Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. And this time, we got some doozies. I've been in the print and press.
Let me hear 'em.
Word about this all day. It's the Buccaneers Chargers game. And they're buying a stairway to Evans. You don't even know what that is, do you? Do you know what Stairway to Heaven is?
I do know what Stairway to
You
Heaven.
do? Okay.
But what you singing that, I don't know what that was.
I ruined it.
That
You
was
don't
just
know.
brutal right there. Can we not get some kind of voiceover for that?
No, we'd have to pay millions for that one. Sorry. That's Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
Podcast not there yet to pay millions for it.
Not yet. If you come on a few more times, we might be able to work that out, all right? But Buccaneers Chargers, kind of a game that was even at first and just kind of exploded in front of our eyes.
Especially
right now.
It's kind of what we expected. Like, hey, these are two good football teams who are playing good football right now. Hasn't always worked out for the Chargers, but it's like this is a good
This
game.
is good. It was 17-13, and you're going,
like,
wow.
whoa.
And then I feel like the only team I saw do this to the Chargers defense all year was the Ravens.
Yeah, yep.
Right, where it just all of a sudden everything was working. Bombs down the field, opening up huge holes in the run game. They ran for 223 yards today. I mean, the three-headed monster of running backs that they have, but really the two with Bucky Irvin and Rasheed White. And then, of course, hey, Baker, when he's on fire, he's aggressive. And, man, Evans down the field all day long.
And I think you and JG said it before of the biggest concern for this Chargers defense was the quarterbacks that they played against.
Yeah.
It wasn't at
JG's
the level.
been big on that all year. Right.
That you walk away
Right.
and you say, hey, I remember we watched them against this guy. So far, like Lamar Jackson, ate him up. Joe Burrow, good day against him.
Yeah.
You look at, they did a good job against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but there's a lack of weapons there to help him out. Right.
And then you
right.
see again, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is that type of quarterback of if it gets going,
Watch
he might
out.
throw an interception or two. He's
right.
not at the Jameis Winston level where it's 5.
Right.
But Baker might throw you 2.
Right.
But
right.
if he gets rolling and gets cooking, now he's running. He's trying to run over people. He's throwing the ball down the field. And that's the Baker Mayfield they got today. He was on fire, and he was letting it rip all over the field. And they got to play a style that the Chargers really –
No, they can't match it.
Once they start scoring,
exactly.
it's over with.
Well, once you felt like it got to 30-17, you were going, oh, man, the Chargers can't keep pace with this.
Way.
They're just not enough. They've already hit their 4 plays they drew up during the week to Lad McConkey down the football field. What else are they going to do here? They've lost their way running the football. That's the other aspect. J.K. Dobbins, that injury is hurt. They certainly don't seem like they're even opening up holes, and I think a lot of that is, too, to what you just said. People are like, what? Their pass game. We need to stop their run game first. We can match up with these guys in the pass game. They're not worried about it. Tampa Bay, put them under another team that we can classify in the NFC to go.
Yeah,
they're not as good as the Eagles or the Lions, but you go, they're dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
And with that guy at quarterback, just like a Matthew Stafford or a Jordan Love that we talked about, you just go, if they're hot and they got a good game plan, I don't give who the hell you are. You're going to sweat it out against this group.
And you said it last week. They needed a pass catcher to step up.
Here it comes.
And Jalen McMillan has been making plays the last few weeks, and that adds to what you have to deal with. Listen, the way Bucky Irvin has played this year, he's a guy that as a defense you have to game plan for.
Yeah.
When he's in the game, where is he at? Is he in the game with Rashad White or just him?
Right.
Is he in the backfield?
Yeah.
Is he lined up at receiver?
Right.
Like he's all
Screens,
over the place.
runs, whatever. The ball could go to him.
And then you put Mike Evans in there. Now McMillan, like you should have a lot of space and opportunity to make plays. And if they get that going, that could be dangerous. I think the thing both of us worry about, and you said it, is defensively. Like, are they going to make enough plays and not give up the big plays? Today they were able to do that against the Chargers.
Right.
But like we said, it's not that hard to do against the Chargers. Like, they did one good thing. They knew where Lad McConkey was every play. Like, not knowing where Lad is ridiculous. He's the guy on their team. And, again, back to the Chargers is, what are they going to get into that's going to give them a shot? Yeah. Because it seems like each week we're like, hey, we know the issues. Wait, what are you guys going to – and it's like they keep doing the same thing. Hey, we're going to run. The run's not working. Maybe Johnson makes a player, but it's not a consistent thing, so we can't bank on that. Dang, they're taking away Lad McConkey. We have nothing. We're just going to watch Justin Herbert not be able to do anything, get hit, make bad decisions because no one's open. There's nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, nowhere to go with the ball. They got a 2-game lead as far as the playoff cushion because of the loss today by the Colts and the Dolphins, right? So they're feeling good in that department. But I'm with you. The more this season goes on, the more I go, like 5 weeks ago, I said I had a little crush on them. And I said, man, if they get in the playoffs, they're made for playoff football. I don't quite feel that way now. Now I'm looking at them going, you're going to go to Buffalo in the first game, and you're one and done. I'll see you later.
And they'll get in because they need to win 2 of the last 3. They have Denver, New England, and Vegas.
Okay.
They're going to beat New England and Vegas.
Right.
Like that should get them in. But when you go into playoffs the wrong way, you're just setting yourself up to go in there, lose, end your season. Now it's cool, right? We made the playoffs, but I think ultimately, like, when you get in the playoffs, you want to be playing good football to set yourself up to make a run. You're a longtime Giants fan. You've seen the way that team has maybe not had the best year,
regular
but
season,
they're playing good ball going in, and then I know the pain of because
the results of that.
Super Bowl, you know?
right. How dare they come together against us? I hear you. I don't think that's going to happen for them this year. They a few pieces away. It's a good first year for Jim Harbaugh and everything he's done there, but they need some playmakers on offense, another running back, and probably another guy or two on the defensive side of the ball as well. All right, let's move on to your New England Patriots. The Cardinals defeated the Patriots today 30-17. My headline is The Terminator. Do you know John Connor was the Terminator? All right.
I trained with John Connor, fullback out of Tennessee. Out of Kentucky. Play for the Jets.
I remember good old John the Terminator. Well, there's a new one. All right, and he's James Connor. Okay, we're gonna give him it. All right, we're gonna give him it today. 16 carries, 110 yards.
Yeah, he destroyed my guy.
Destroyed it.
It was rough.
He's one of the cooler stories in all of football, really, over the last 10 years, James Connor. But runs so hard. He's very versatile in what he does. Patriots offense could not really get it going today at any point.
I don't know what the third down stats were, but they
0 for 6.
Yeah, they were horrible on third down.
0 for 6. Drake May still made some big plays.
He always does.
He always does. It's just a little of the consistency, sustaining drives in the middle part of the game at times that seem to slip by today.
I mean, he threw a pass to Kayshon Boutte and a little bit behind him, but again, Drake May sees Buda Baker flying. So he throws a little bit behind to try to get the receiver to stop. Ball gets tipped up.
Popped in the air. Intercepted. Right. Murphy Bunting got it.
Listen, I got to talk to Mayo a little bit last week, and I was like, man, like, you got to just get through this. I said, people are ripping you guys because you're inconsistent. It's like, you're a bad football team. That's the definition of being a bad football team is being inconsistent, and that's what this team is. But again, it's a reminder over the last few years in New England, this thing's been falling apart. It wasn't going to get fixed with 1 year and drafting one good quarterback. My whole thing with this team is right now they got to get from after the game. Boutte kind of throws Drake May under the bus. Like, hey, I should have caught it, but the ball was behind me. Just say you should have caught the ball.
Right.
Like, it's these
always
little,
take the self-blame.
Things that continue to happen for this team. And I think they got to get that out of the way before they can even focus on how bad of a team they are on the football field. But, again, they went to Arizona, and I think – for Arizona, it's a good game. It's a good field game. I think New England coming to town, you should be pretty confident that you're going to go get that win.
Yep.
Arizona still.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. This was a desperate kind of do-or-die football game for them if they want to stay in the playoff hunt. They were 6-7 going into today. So, this is a must-win for them. Does it change my thoughts about either one of these teams? Really? Not really. I respect the Cardinals and what they do, but a little bit like I think we just talked about with the Chargers. I look at the Cardinals and go, even if they got in the playoffs, which I don't think they're going to, it'd be a one-and-done type scenario. There's still a few Jimmies and Joes away from being a team that can make waves in the playoffs. You know, again, like another big-time receiver. They need a front seven that somebody knows the name of, right? Most common fans couldn't name a front seven player in the Cardinals. Same in the secondary. People know Buda Baker, but they just need a little more sizzle for their football team and playmakers that way. But played tough today. Kyler Murray made some damn good plays, certainly.
He has
James Conner running, right. And, Trey McBride seems to show up week after week
at tight end. I think for the Cardinals, though, they're a little ahead of schedule. You looked at them last year. I think they won 3 or 4 games. This year, you're in it. You're in a discussion to win the division or sneak in the playoffs. Like, you should feel good about that. And again, I agree with you with James Conner. I remember when he was on Pittsburgh and we were playing and Le'Veon Bell was the star. And, Le'Veon was the guy that would get in there and he'd be jumping behind the line of scrimmage. So we were, like, super patient, stay on your blocks, don't let him go. And then he would sub out and then James Conner would come in and he'd be like,
just right up the hole. Yeah, right up the hole. Right.
You're like, damn, the changeup. We used to hate, like when he was in the game, you'd start yelling at each other, hey, Connor's in the game. Connor's in. So everyone was aware that this guy was about to run downhill like a bull in a
He's
china
bigger
shop.
than people realize.
Oh, he runs hard,
yeah,
too.
He's square.
Yes.
He's put together. He's all muscle. He was one of those players I was shocked when I saw him the first time. I was like, damn, he's a bigger human than I thought. I did not realize that. Either way, good win for the Arizona Cardinals. They get the win. The Terminator strikes. And that was Gimme the Headlines presented by Hyundai. Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.